part 7 of FishTank. I'm actually going to improvise, but first I wanted to show you that because of the creation of these particles, they all start on a different frame of the initial animation, which is good because otherwise they would move exactly the same way on exactly the same moment. That's good, but they don't. Just to smooth these fish out, I'm just going to introduce a subdiv surface and put the entire emitter in it. Now, since this is a hierarchy, it only looks at the first thing and all its children, so all the fish are going to be basically smoothed out. So they're going to be, well, really smooth. Now let's do the funky stuff. I got, for instance, the simplest one I could think of is the bend, and the bend is really small, but I'm going to put it on unlimited and pump it up to like 10 degrees and put it sideways, because right now it's like this, so it's bending over that way. See, I don't do it too much because the effect is going to be let's see, let's roll this over 90 degrees and pop this in the subdiv surface next to the emitter, but below the emitter, so not into it but next to it, and the emitter should be the first thing that the subdiv surface sees, because otherwise it's going to subdiv the bend, which doesn't do anything at all. Now, I could make this invisible. I'm not going to do that right now. It doesn't bother me too much. And let's see. Oh, you can already see the effect. Now, roll it back, play the animation. You get this really weird, funky shit going on. Elongated fishes at the outside of the curve, and tiny squeezed fishes on the inside. It looks ridiculous. But I'm not going for realism here. That's one thing you can do if you are tired of the effect, but you don't want to delete it. Just switch it off. And just going to introduce another deformation called formula. And I'm just going to crank it up in scale. The formula is like an animated splash into water, so it makes a sine wave across space, and this looks really weird. If I'm just going to plop it in, well, for instance, you're going to see this fish doing aerobics. They're actually looking like eels right now. I'm just looking for funny looking effects. I'm not looking for anything realistic. So scaling this up will actually scale up the formula, so they're making bigger loops, and I can actually flatten that out again by diminishing this number like that. If I play it, I'll get something else. Now the water is just rough and they're just swimming over the waves. I don't know. Something like that. Switching it off will automatically take away the effect. Try and come up with something nice. Wind can be pretty cool. And for the final part, well, actually I'm going to tell you now. You can also use the forces underneath the simulate particle system, and for instance turbulence. Turbulence is pretty cool. Turbulence is, well, turbulence, And I'm actually gonna scale it up to 1,000. Is that too big? I don't know. And this will automatically have effect on the emitter, so you don't have to pull it in. And let's see what it does. Is it doing anything? No, this number is too small. Hang on. Let's make this 500. Roll back. Yeah, here we get the effect. See, the fish are... I don't know what the hell is wrong with the fish, but they're swimming all over the place. The effect is too heavy, so the fish get sick, and they're actually swimming down. But what you can see is that they actually do follow the z-axis individually. So let's make this 100 or something like that. Roll it back, play it again. This will add a little bit of randomness. And of course you can have fish actually swimming through each other. There's no particle collision or anything on that automatically. So, have fun animating.